Genesis 10 verse 1. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons. The chapter introduces the genealogy of Noah's sons post-flood. Genesis 10 verse 2. The sons of Japheth. Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan lists the descendants of Japheth, who would later settle in Europe and Asia. Genesis 10 verse 3. The sons of Gomer. Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah describes the lineage of Gomer, one of Japheth's sons. Genesis 10 verse 4. The sons of Javan. Elisha, Tarshish, the Kittites, and the Rodanites. Javan's descendants become seafaring peoples. Genesis 10 verse 5. From these the maritime people spread out into their territories. Japheth's descendants spread across distant coastal regions. Genesis 10 verse 6. The sons of Ham. Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. Ham's lineage leads to the formation of several ancient civilizations. Genesis 10 verse 7. The sons of Cush. Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabtika. Cush's descendants settled in regions of Africa. Genesis 10 verse 8. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who became a mighty warrior on the earth. Nimrod is known as a powerful leader and builder. Genesis 10 verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Nimrod's reputation as a mighty hunter becomes legendary. Genesis 10 verse 10. The first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Uruk, Akkad, and Calneh. Nimrod establishes several early city-states. Genesis 10 verse 11. From that land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh. Nimrod also founds the city of Nineveh, which becomes significant later. Genesis 10 verse 12. Rezin, which is between Nineveh and Calah, which is the great city, lists key cities founded in Mesopotamia. Genesis 10 verse 13. Egypt was the father of the Ludites, Anamites, Leabites. The descendants of Egypt settle in North Africa. Genesis 10 verse 14. Pathrusites, Casluhites, from whom the Philistines came. The origins of the Philistines are traced back to Ham's lineage. Genesis 10 verse 15. Canaan was the father of Sidon his firstborn, and of the Hittites. Canaan's descendants populate the land that bears his name. Genesis 10 verse 16. The Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites lists various Canaanite tribes who would later inhabit the promised land. Genesis 10 verse 17. The Hivites, Arkites, Sinites. Further tribes descend from Canaan, spreading throughout the region. Genesis 10 verse 18. The Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites continues detailing the Canaanite tribes. Genesis 10 verse 19. The borders of Canaan reach from Sidon toward Gerar as far as Gaza, describes the territorial extent of the Canaanites. Genesis 10 verse 20. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages. Ham's descendants spread across Africa and the Middle East. Genesis 10 verse 21. Sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem's lineage is traced, leading to the Semitic peoples. Genesis 10 verse 22. The sons of Shem. Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. Shem's descendants settle in the Middle East and beyond. Genesis 10 verse 23. The sons of Aram. Uzi, Ho, Gether, and Meshech. The lineage of Aram, an important ancestor of various tribes. Genesis 10 verse 24. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah, and Shelah the father of Eber. Eber is the ancestor from whom the term Hebrew is derived. Genesis 10 verse 25. Two sons were born to Eber. One was named Peleg, because in his time the earth was divided. Marks a significant event in history. Genesis 10 verse 26. Joktan was the father of Almodad, Shalef, Hazamaveth. Joktan's descendants settle in Arabia. Genesis 10 verse 27. Hadoram, Uzal, Diklah further lists the descendants of Joktan, spreading across the Arabian Peninsula. Genesis 10 verse 28. Obal, Abimael, Sheba continues with the genealogy of Joktan. Genesis 10 verse 29. Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were sons of Joktan. Ophir is associated with rich lands mentioned later in the Bible. Genesis 10 verse 30, the region where they lived stretched from Mesha towards Sephar, describes the vast territory settled by Joktan's descendants. Genesis 10 verse 31. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages. Shem's lineage continues to diversify and spread. Genesis 10 verse 32. These are the clans of Noah's sons, according to their lines of descent. The chapter concludes by summarizing the spread of nations